I have to ask, how long have you known that this is Hayley's endgame?
That's so funny because honestly, like at the beginning of like joining the show, I had no clue until I feel like early on, my character and Dani had a scene and I made a choice of like kind of snapping at her, and the producers were like, no, 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 don't do that. Like continue to play her the way you have been. And I was like, why? Like I feel like, she would do this or respond in a different way. And they said your character is going to have a shift. Now, I didn't know to like what degree that was, but that was the first inkling that I got. And then I feel like closer to a shooting, maybe like a month before, is when I had a more in-depth conversation with our producer, Julie. She's like, come to my office, let's talk. And she kind of laid things out. But I still will say, like, I knew there was something going on, but when I got the script, that's when it was like, oh, wow, this is real because the dialogue in there and just, I didn't know all of that.
It was actually a really good trick having you pull back on snapping at Dani or anything sort of aggressive because I actually felt for Hayley a lot. I felt sorry for her early on. Uh, when you found out just how far Hayley was going to go or how diabolical her plan was, were you like, oh crap, do I have to look for a job?
Well, we've talked about a lot of things, I will say, because they kind of told me what's going on now and in the future. So it's still that mystery there, but and I don't want to say too much because I feel like it'll be giving something away. But it was just clear communication. I'll leave it at that.
Well, if Leslie can get away with running Laura off the road, I mean,
Right,
who
right.
hasn't thought about killing their husband?
Exactly.
So far, it's only thinking and a little light poison.
Right.
Uh,
That's hilarious.
there's been a lot of talk lately on the show about, especially from Randy, about the threat of, Haley, you're not going to catch feelings for Bill now, are you? Do you think that's even a possibility?
I think so. Just as Marquita speaking, because they've been married now for a year and spending time with someone, whether, whatever the intention was initially, I feel like there's some type of feeling. I don't know how deep the feeling is, but I do feel like Hayley would care for him, or, she probably would have done this sooner.
Do you think she might have put this whole plan on the back burner if it wasn't for the Danny of it all? Like, if she wasn't always in your face, would Haley be looking at it going, hey, this isn't bad? He's rich, he's good looking.
I feel like Hayley should put it on, or would, because like you said, if Dani wasn't involved, because she's living a great life. He is willing to do anything and go the lengths for her. So yeah, I mean, I think she's living a great life and she would be happy if Dani wasn't always involved.
Do you have a sense of has Haley Black Widowed guys before?
I have to say this can't be her first rodeo.
She's awfully good at it if it's her first.
Yeah, I'm thinking, no, she's done this before. This is not her first rodeo because who would like conjure up this plan to poison this rich, wealthy man who has a lot of support around him? Like, you have to be smart or know what you're doing. So I think it would be foolish of her if this was her first rodeo to do this to somebody like Bill.
But on the same time, she's so young. Like she might she might have conned the rich guy in high school that she liked, that kind
Mm,
of thing. Like
hmm.
her goals have gotten bigger. She doesn't want to be prom queen anymore. She just wants to be queen.
Right, right.
You're really young. You may not even know this, but Michelle Valjean wrote one of the most infamous daytime catfights in history. Have you ever seen the Generation scene?
No, which one
It's
with
with
who?
Doreen and Maya, Vivica Fox, and
Oh yes, I did. Okay, I seen a clip of that.
that is I've never seen one quite so.
Amazing.
Yes. Are you hoping that she's going to write one like that for you and Danny?
I think that would be so dope. Yeah, because what we've seen so far, Dani has definitely she's definitely been the one. Like Hayley's been like the victim in a sense when they get into it, and Dani's been the one that's overpowered every scenario that they've had. It would be nice to see them go toe to toe and wonder like, oh, who's gonna win this fight versus like we always, or I think we knew that Dani was winning the fights prior to, you know.
Yeah, she may be underestimating Haley's survival
Yeah,
instincts.
absolutely.
Plus,
Ab
the feelings are so intense between the two of them that it's almost surprising that it hasn't happened already. Like you get little dust ups, but you've never had the complete throwdown.
right. We haven't. And I think, part of that is, with Hayley having a plan, she's trying to keep it cool and she's like, okay, let me keep it together and not show who I really am.
That's almost scary control when you consider how high the stakes are and how hard Dani pushes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because Dani pushes some buttons. Like, I love Carla Mosley and she's killing the role, like, killing it. But yeah, and like, if this was happening in real life, she is pushing buttons.
Yes. And installing new ones just so she can push them.
Right. Exactly. She does it for fun.
They haven't gotten quite this far on air yet, but there was a hint recently when you had a scene with Trisha as Leslie, where you turned down the idea of, or Haley, I shouldn't say you. Haley turned down the idea of collaborating with her, but then she ran straight to Bill and said, "You know, that Leslie is really out to get you." Are you thinking what viewers probably are, that maybe she's going to try and frame Leslie, who's an easy target because she's so off the rails?
I think if it came down to the wire and Hayley was backed in a corner for or got caught with something, it would be nice to have Leslie there to blame to get out of, it's like a get out of jail card. But yeah, if it came down to it, I feel like she would use that leverage.
And
Or
Haley's
she
not,
should.
and Haley's not scared of Leslie, right?
No, no, I don't think she's scared of her at all. She's more so just keeping an eye on her because she knows that Leslie is a troublemaker and she doesn't want to get caught up in that, knowing she has plans of her own. So, yeah, she's not scared of her.
Yeah, she's already playing her deck of cards. She doesn't need somebody else's wild card in it.
Right, right. Exactly. And Leslie is, I feel like, fishing and trying to see what's going on and see how she can, be involved so she's not the only bad girl.